Grant and I have been willing to spend hundreds, if not thousands of hours investing in ourselves in self-advancement, self-enhancement, self-improvement. We've taken numerous courses educating ourselves, how to communicate, have a communication course, finance courses, overcoming ups and downs in life. I mean, we've done course after course after course. We have invested in ourselves to get rid of our deformation of our minds in order to get the correct information, which we now apply to our life, which has given us the power to be now in power and to be a power couple. So the second part of that is what we did and what I did back in 2008, which made it okay and safe for me to make that decision to cash in and go all in on a man and support him, support, show active interest in the success of, is I visualize the future. What are you willing to give up in order to get where you want to be? Giving up old ideas and old concepts. So I had always been living in my future and my present, present from the past. My whole entire life, everything that I did in present time was based on something from the past. I lived from the past. This idea, this program's not going to work because it didn't work in the past. Everything came out of the past. Oh, I'm not going to be successful because I wasn't successful in the past. I made a decision in 2008. I was no longer living from the present, from the past. I was willing to give up that concept. So what I did is I said, who am I in the future? What does my life look like in the future? How strong is future Elena? How confident is future Elena? How powerful are Grant and I as a couple? What does our business look like? What does our finances look like? Who do our friends look like? I visualized the whole thing, and yes, it did include a private plane, which, at the time Grant thought was ridiculous. But I decided I am going for this future picture. And I decided from that day, every single action I did in the present was going to be a reverse engineered action from the future. How do I become that confident girl? How do I become that leader? How do I become strong enough? Talking about another definition of the word support means to be strong enough to bear the weight of. So like a support beam, right? I would have to be strong enough to bear the weight of Grant Cardone and everything that comes along with that universe. I was not strong back then in 2008. But I saw my future self and I said, who do I need to do and what actions do I need to take in order to become strong enough to be the woman strong enough? Who's the strong one? If the beam has to support the Grant in that world, who's the strong one? That's right. I'm glad y'all are smart enough to put two and two together. So who do I have to be? Reverse engineer from the future and take actions, not just think and imagine it and it's going to appear. I don't get to have that without doing the actions. I needed to do actions. I needed to self-enhance. I needed to prove. I needed to do hours and hours of work upon myself in order to become who we were in the future. So I took every single action into present time, wearing the hat of who do I need to be and what actions do I need to do in order to have this picture that I envisioned. And so that is the biggest secret. After everything else I've already told you about the purpose and the coordinating and we know our roles and now we're dedicated. We've dedicated our lives to get the right information. The formation of my mind is my most powerful resource. No one can take that away from me. People ask us all the time, what would you do if you lost all your money? They love that question. I'm like, well, I tell you this, it sure as hell won't take us as long to get there the second time as it did the first time. Why? Because you can't take away our integrity. You can't take away my knowledge, my courage, my everything that I've learned. You can't take that away from me. That's in me. You can take away things. You can take away money. I know how to get it all back. I know how to create. I know how to live from my future self into now, not from the past. I'm not connected. I only use my past. I only use my past circumstances as a means to put a policy into the future to prevent some bad thing happening to me that had already happened that I missed. And I only use the past as a tool to help me in the future. So those are the things that we do and did and continue to do to go on the path of our future. So Grant and I are just beginning, just beginning. I feel like we've just started. And in 2008, we made a pledge to each other. Remember, you couldn't see this because social media was not there. But there was no planes. There was no designer pants or red-bottom shoes, I promise you. There was no going on vacations for 10 years. We didn't go out to dinners. We didn't do a lavish lifestyle. We were very disciplined. All of our earned income went to two things. It went to self-enhancement, improving, learning, investing in ourselves, or back into the business. That's it. That's the only thing earned income did, and we were in sacrifice phase for 10 years while I was living from my future into my future. And so the successful actions and where we want to go in the future, it includes you. We made this vow, that's what I was going to say. We made this vow that in 2008, if two little kids from Louisiana, I haven't been to college, I always thought I was dumb in school. I'm not supposed to be here. I mean, Grant can, he can hardly pronounce words. He says product instead of product. He calls a roof a roof. The guy can hardly speak, yet he gets paid to speak all around the world. We're not supposed to be here. Do you know what I mean? We're not supposed to be here. We're just two little people from Louisiana. Yet we're here because we got around the right information. We were willing to get rid of old ideas and old concepts, and now we're looking to create a whole entire future that includes you. It includes all the other little me's, like me and Grant. It includes you. We want to make a difference in the world. We want to make an impact. We don't think people need to suffer, We just think if you have the right information, you can make a difference not only in your life, but your partner's life and your children's life and your community's life. And we can go and spread that. It's not going to be the politicians that are going to save this planet. It's you, and it's me, and it's us.